Hey my glamsters, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming on to share with you today how I took these planting pots from the Dollar Tree, gave them an added touch, and made them into a beautiful decor for your home, using images from my Cricut Explorer 3 and more. So welcome back to another Cricut DIY Wednesday. Alright everyone, I have our first pot here. It's a white plastic pot. And I'm going to use some of these mirrored sheets. So I'm just going to place the mirror sheets going right around our planter. And everything I'll be using for today's DIYs will be listed down below in the description box. And if you're new here, I'd like to say welcome. And if you like crafting DIY projects on a budget, this is the channel for you. I take items and show you how to glam them up, and you have a lovely piece of decor for your home. And I hope you will hit the subscribe button and press the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload another DIY to share. Okay, this is a vinyl that I'll be using for our first DIY. So we're going into Cricut Design Space, and then we're going to go on to our canvas. And then we're going to choose our image that we're going to use for today, which I'm using these moons here. So I press it and I press insert. It goes onto the canvas. And then all we'll have to do is resize it to the size that we want to go onto our item. And today I'm using the Cricut Explorer 3. So I have to tell Design Space that's what I'll be using. And then I click next. And it brings me over to the next board, which I choose whether I'm using a mat or without a mat. Now I'm using it on a mat, so I press that and then send it. And it brings us to the next screen. And then we press continue. And it asks us what material we're using. Now what I'm using is not here, so I'm going to go over to more materials and scroll down and find what I am using, which is the rose bubble holographic. So I just scroll down and then I find it. I just click on it and then I press done. And then it's gonna ask me, it shows me the default. I always press more. Then it sends us over to the machine, which is flashing. So I just press the button. And now the machine is reading how much material, if I have enough for the cut. Then it flashes for me to press start. And it just takes a little second, and then it starts cutting my image that I sent for it to cut. Now the Explorer 3 cuts really fast. And when it's all done, it flashes the button again for me to release my vinyl. Next, I take my trimmer to cut the vinyl off. Just to cut the section that I need, and I use my little light from my phone to help me, and then I just cut it off. This little trimmer makes it so much easier to cut an even piece of your vinyl, nice and straight. There we go. And now I am just weeding our design. Okay. Here we are. We have our design on our transfer tape already. So we're just going to place it to the center as much as possible. Just place it down. And then I'm just going to use the scraping tool and burnish our vinyl onto our planting pot. And then we're just going to take our time and take off our transfer tape. Now some of it is giving me a little trouble. If it does, just burnish it some more, and then you continue lifting your transfer tape. And here is how our first planter turned out. I like how it looks. We took a plain pot from the Dollar Tree and just spruced it up. Now it looks like a lovely piece of decor for your home. And I love this vinyl from Cricut. Okay, here we go with some flowers inside. You can place any color flowers of your choice, or you could put your little real plants in there too. Any way you choose, it would look lovely for the spring. Now for our second DIY, we have the same planter's pot, but in black. And I'm going to be using some of these GLAM gems here, sticker gems. So we're just going to place them going right around our pot. And I'm just going to place some little single ones in the little dents that we have at the top of our pot. And for this pot, I'll be using some white permanent vinyl. Okay, Karen Foster was asking me how I measure the space that I put my vinyl on. So hey Karen, this is for you. Okay, you have whatever object you're gonna be using. Okay, this is the measuring tape I use, the ones like what dressmakers use. One side is centimeters, one side is inches. Okay, I use the centimeter side because in Design Space they measure the height and the width in centimeters. So you just put down the measuring tape and see the distance that you want your image to be, which is the width across and the height going up and down. And if you're going to put other things on your decor, leave room for whatever else you will be placing on your decor. And again, let me show you with another item. You measure the width across, how long you want your vinyl to be, and then you measure the height. And here we go. Now we are just going to place our design onto our pot. And then we're just going to burnish it down with the scraper. And then we're just going to take our time and peel back the transfer tape. Okay, right here, one little piece is not coming off. So we just burnish it some more. And there we go. Another piece is giving us trouble, so we just burnish that piece too. And there we go. And here's our look for DIY number 2. I like how it turned out. So you can take images from in Design Space and make a lovely piece of decor for your home. I think it makes these planter pots look 10 times better. And here we go with some flowers inside. Like I said before, you could put real flowers, real plants, or use just the artificial flowers like I did. I love how they turned out. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Now for DIY number 3, we have this white planter here, again from the Dollar Tree. And this time I'll be using some of the smart vinyl. And I love this tray here. It's a roll holder. It's an accessory for the Explorer 3. It helps to hold your vinyl while you're cutting your images. And when you're finished, it has a cutting tool that you can cut it right there. I think it's so neat. Okay, so we have our image ready. Here's our image here. I have 3 pieces that I'll be placing onto our pot. So we just place down our image and then we are going to burnish it, scrape it down. And then we just peel back the transfer tape. And for our next piece of vinyl, I'm just going to reuse the transfer tape. Okay, so now I'm trying to line up the image, which it's not working. It's not working, you guys. I should have made one straight image in design space. Then it would have been straight, and oh my MG, it's giving me trouble. And now my transfer tape is taking up the other piece of vinyl that I already had laid down. OMG. Okay, I'm gonna take off this piece of vinyl here and see if maybe it will line up better with this being here, because it's not a few hours yet. I just placed it down so it's able to remove up because it's not quite adhere to our decor as yet. Okay, I've given up on lining them up. I placed this one a little lower than the first one that I placed down because I can't line them up exactly going right across. So I'm just burnishing it, you know, giving it a good scrape to make sure it's sticking to our pot. And now I'm just going to remove the transfer tape. And I'm just going to do the same thing again with our third piece. Okay, so our images are all on. So now I'm going to add some of this GLAM sheet that I have here from BB Craft. And I cut it into a strip. And I'm just going to place it going right around the bottom of our pot. And here is our pot number 3 turned out. I didn't line up the decor right across like I wanted, but it still looks good. One in the middle and the other 2 are a little lower at the sides. And this is how it looks with flowers inside. A lovely piece of spring decor for inside or even outside in your backyard on the porch. I think it would look very nice. Leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think. Now for DIY number 4, we have this planter pot here again. So I'm going to be using these stones, and this time I'm using some Mod Podge to place the stones onto our pot. Now our pot is plastic, so I don't want to use the hot glue because it might melt the plastic. So I'm just using the Mod Podge to place our stones going around. So I'm just gonna put our pot aside to dry for a few hours. And here's our pot here, all done. which it looks nice just like this with the stone. But I'm going to use some paint and paint our pot, a turquoise paint. So I'm just going to paint the rocks going all the way around, and I don't need to put a second coat of Mod Podge because the paint will help to seal in the rocks. And now I'm painting the top part of our pot. And I'll set our pot aside to dry. And here's the finished look for DIY number 4. I did go back and add some silver glitter to the paint, so it has glitter going all the way around. I like how it turned out. And here we go with some flowers inside. Lovely fresh look for spring. And this one I didn't add any Cricut images, I just added the stone and the glitter. But it does make a lovely piece of decor for your home. You see how easy it is to have budget-friendly decor for your home. Take items from the dollar store, add a little glam to them, and you have a lovely piece of decor to display throughout your home or to make as a gift for a loved one. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed the 4 planters that I showed you. How you can just spruce them up and have, like I said, a lovely piece of decor for this spring. And if you're new here, once again, I'd like to say welcome. And I do hope you enjoyed today's DIYs and you'll all give me a thumbs up. And I also hope that you will hit that subscribe button so you'd come back and see more DIYs that I have to share with you. Alright everyone, that's all your girls got for you for this Cricut Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed the images and stuff that I used on today's DIY. And remember, I upload videos on Sunday and Wednesdays, so I hope to catch you on both these days. And remember, as always, to stay blessed from Petalisbless, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye everyone.